Good morning, students. Today I am going to start reverse Brayton cycle or Bell-Coleman cycle. Bell-Coleman cycle was developed by Bell-Coleman and he reversed the Brayton cycle, Brayton or Joule cycle. So from the schematic diagram you can see that there are four main components in this Bell-Coleman cycle. One is compressor, second is cooler, third one is the expander, and fourth one is the refrigerator. So, and the um, working fluid which is used in Bell-Coleman cycle is air. So from here you can see the air which is coming out from the refrigerator is at state 1 and it is passed through the compressor, and as you know, the role of compressor is to compress. So in this, since air is compressible fluid, so it is compressed, and at point 2 you can see the air comes out from the compressor with a high pressure. After that it is passed through a cooler. Since it is high pressure, so obviously the temperature is also high. So the role of cooler is to cool the temperature of the air. And how this temperature is cooled down? This temperature is cooled down with the help of one circulating fluid, and here you can see the circulating fluid is water. So water enters the cooler and it takes away the heat of the air which was at high pressure and high temperature. So in this way you can see at state 3 the air is at high pressure but its temperature is reduced. So air is cooled, and after that it is sent to an expander. Expander is a device which is used to expand. Basically its role is to decrease the pressure, because air is used as a working fluid and in a cycle we have to recirculate it. That's why its pressure has to be reduced. So role of expander is to reduce the pressure of the gas. And after that you can see at state 4 the air is at low pressure and at low temperature, and then this air which is at low pressure and low temperature is passed through a space which is to be cooled. So this space is called refrigerator. As I told you in the first lecture of the refrigeration and air conditioning, refrigerator is a device which is used to refrigerate, and refrigerate means with the help of this we can decrease the temperature of the subsystem or the substance which is to be cooled below the atmospheric temperature. So in this way the air which was at low pressure and low temperature absorbs the heat from the system, and in this way you can see at state 1 we got the air which is at a comparatively high temperature but at a low pressure, then it is sent to the compressor. So in this way this air circulate in the cycle. So we can classify Bell-Coleman cycle as open cycle and closed cycle. So this schematic diagram was of open cycle. In this we fed the air which is at low temperature and low pressure from state 4 directly to the space to be cooled. So in this way it takes away, it absorbs the heat from the body or the components which are kept in this space, and then it is sent to the compressor. Whereas in the case of closed system you can see from point 4 we send the this air which is a refrigerant, or you can say the cooling medium. So in this way this refrigerant is passed through the refrigerator space in tubes, and in that contact the brine is in contact with the air. In this way the temperature of the brine is reduced, and further these brines solution can be used for refrigeration purpose. So there is a big difference. And what are the advantages of closed system over open system? In open system we directly fed the air to the space to be cooled. So in this way it may contaminate with the moisture or some dust particle which can, if we send it again to the circulatory system, that is compressor or condenser, then this moisture can be condensed, or it can be it can choke the direction or the flow of the air. But in the case of a closed system, since air is circulating in a tubing, so there is no chance of any contamination. So this is the difference of open cycle and closed cycle. So this slide shows the pressure, volume and temperature entropy diagram of a Bell-Coleman or reverse Brayton cycle. So from here you can see in this PV diagram, process 1 to 2 is an isentropic compression. And in this air enters to the compressor at state 1, and during the compression its pressure increases to 2 P2. So from TS diagram also you can see this compression is isentropic because entropy in this process is constant. So process 1 to 2 is the isentropic compression, and in this pressure increases as well as the temperature. Temperature increases from T1 to T2, and then this compressed air at high temperature is passed through a cooler. So in cooler the temperature of the air decreases at the same pressure. From here you can see in the PV diagram it is a constant pressure process. So in this process pressure remains constant but the temperature decreases. So in this diagram also you can see there is a decrease in the temperature from T2 to T3, and then at the end of this cooling process the air is sent to the expander. And as I told you in the previous slide that role of expander is to expand or decrease the pressure. So from here you can see during this expansion process the pressure decreases as well as the temperature. From here you can see the temperature decreases from T4 to T3 to T4, and pressure increases during the expansion process. The pressure decreases because you can see from the PV diagram pressure decreases. So at point 4 from here you can see the air is at low pressure and low temperature. From TS diagram you can see that the temperature in the cycle is at the lowest temperature at state 4. Then again at 4 this process continues, means air sent to the compressor where it again compress, then cooling, expansion, and this 4 to 1. So at 4 the temperature is lowest, then we send it to the space, refrigerated space, or to the refrigerator where the substance which is kept there or the system is cooled, and during this process the heat is absorbed. So during this process heat is absorbed. From here you can see when heat is absorbed obviously at constant pressure, from here you can see 4 to 1, and during that process pressure remains constant but the temperature of the air increases, then compression, cooling. So in this way this cycle continues. Now we will analyze thermodynamic analysis of Bell-Coleman cycle. As I told you that process 1-2 is isentropic compression process where the pressure increases from P1 to P2 and temperature increases from T1 to T2. Then this compressed air at high temperature is sent to the cooler where the cooling process takes place at constant pressure. So process 2-3 is constant pressure cooling process. And if we analyze unit mass of air, means during the cycle the mass of air is say 1 kilogram, then we can calculate amount of heat rejected in the cooling process. So this QR, if QR is the amount of heat rejected per kilogram of the air, then obviously it will be Cp T2 minus T3, where Cp is the specific heat at constant pressure. Okay, then during the expansion process, that is 3-4, it is isentropic expansion. As I told you, during the expansion the pressure decreases as well as the temperature. So in this process pressure decreases from P3 to P4 and temperature from T3 to T4. At the end of this process the temperature of the air is at lowest temperature. Then this air at low temperature and low pressure is sent to the refrigerator, and refrigerator is a space where cooling is achieved. And how this cooling is achieved? Because this air which is at low pressure and low temperature absorbs heat from the surrounding. So in this way the space or the substance which is kept in that space gets cooled. So this is the constant pressure heat absorption, or we can say during this process only the refrigeration effect is achieved. Okay, so heat absorbed, we can calculate QA equals to Cp T1 minus T4 kilojoule per kilogram. So as we know from the first law of thermodynamics, in a cyclic process, heat transfer equals to the work transfer. So we can calculate from first law of thermodynamics, work done during the cycle equals to the heat rejected minus heat absorbed, because there are two type of heat interaction there. One is heat rejected in the cooler and one is heat absorbed in the refrigerator. So W net will be QR minus QA, and we have calculated the value of Q rejected, that is Cp T2 minus T3, and heat absorbed Cp T1 minus T4. So from here we can evaluate amount of work. So it is Cp T2 minus T3 minus T1 minus T4. As we have already know that COP of a refrigerator is defined as the ratio of refrigeration effect to the work. So from here also we can calculate the COP of this system as heat absorbed or refrigeration effect to the work done. And how much is the heat absorbed? Cp T1 minus T4. And we have calculated the net work as Cp T2 minus T3 minus T1 minus T4. So from this equation Cp will be cancelled out and the COP will be T1 minus T4 over T2 minus T3 minus T1 minus T4. Okay, this equation 1 gives the COP. If we know the temperature at the corners of the cycle, means T1, T2, T3, T4, then we can easily calculate the COP. Now if we rearrange this equation number 1 as equation number 2, means we can taken out T4 from the numerator, so it will become T4, T1 minus T4 minus T1, and in the denominator also we taken T3 from here as T3, T2 over T3 minus T1, and similarly T4, T1 minus T4 minus T1. So this is equation number 2. Now as we know, there are two isentropic process. First is the isentropic compression process 1, 2. So from here the ratio of temperature T2 over T1 equals to P2 over P1 raised to the power gamma minus 1 over gamma, where gamma is adiabatic index, and we know gamma is the ratio of specific heat, means Cp over Cv. It is the ratio of specific heat at constant pressure and specific heat at constant volume. Okay, similarly for the isentropic expansion process, T3 over T4 equals to P3 over P4 raised to the power gamma minus 1 over gamma, that is equation number 4. So if we compare equation number 3 and 4, so it is the ratio of P2 over P1, means highest pressure and lowest pressure. Here also P3 over P4, highest pressure to the low pressure, because in this Brayton cycle, reverse Brayton cycle, P2 equals to P3 and low pressure P1 equals to P4. So if we compare these two equations, then we will get T2 over T1 equals to T3 over T4. So here you can see as P2 equals to P3 and P4 equals to P1. So we can means equate T2 over T1 equals to T3 over T4, or we can rearrange it as T1 over T4 equals to T2 over T3. We can give it equation number 5. So from this equation number 5, if we substitute the value, these relationship into the equation of COP, and that is equation 2, then we will get Cp as T4 over T3 minus T4 equals to T4 over T4 this way, and on rearranging it will come out as here T3 over T4, and in the previous slide we have calculated the value of T3 over T4 as P3 over P4 raised to the gamma minus 1 over gamma, and we know P3 is the highest pressure and P4 is the lowest pressure. So this is the pressure ratio, and we can name it as RP. So COP in terms of pressure ratio can be calculated as 1 over Rp raised to the power gamma minus 1 over gamma minus 1. So this is the COP, means if we know just the pressure ratio, then also we can calculate the COP. Means there is no need to calculate temperature. For knowing the coefficient of performance of this reverse Brayton or Bell-Coleman cycle, we have to just find out what is the compression ratio. Okay, so this is the COP in terms of RP, a compression ratio, and this is calculated when we consider it as a isentropic expansion and a isentropic compression. But in all cases, isentropic process is not possible. So if in one case when the process isentropic expansion or compression are not isentropic but polytropic, and we know the equation of polytropic as PV raised to the power n equals to constant. So we can calculate expansion and compression work as here. So compression work will be n over n minus 1 P2 V2 minus P1 V1, where n is the polytropic index. So on solving for an ideal gas, P2 V2 equals to RT2 for a unit mass. So we can replace this P2 V2 by RT2. Similarly, P1 V1 by RT1, and on simplification we can means write this equation as n R over n minus 1 T2 minus T1, where R is characteristic gas constant of air. Okay, similarly we can calculate expansion work WE as n over n minus 1 P3 V3 minus P4 V4, or we can write it as n over n minus 1 R T3 minus R T4, or NR n minus 1 T3 minus T4. Okay, so net work will be the difference of WC minus WE, and we have calculated WC and WE, compression work and expansion work. So net work will be here as NR over n minus 1 T2 minus T1 minus T3 minus T4. So refrigeration effect is equals to Cp T1 minus T4, amount of heat absorbed at low pressure. So we can calculate COP as R refrigeration effect over work, and refrigeration effect is Cp T1 minus T4, and we have calculated in the previous slide net work is NR over n minus 1 T2 minus T1 minus T3 minus T4. So we can put it as equation number 6. And we also know that what is R? R is the difference of specific heats, means R equals to Cp minus Cv, or we can write it as Cp is gamma minus 1 Cv. Okay, because from here if we put Cv out, then it will be Cp over Cv, means gamma minus 1. So R can be replaced by gamma minus 1 Cv in equation number 6. So we are putting this COP equals to Cp T1 minus T4 over n minus 1, and we are replacing this R by gamma minus 1 Cv. So T2 minus T1, and we know this Cp over Cv equals to gamma. Yeah, Cv over Cp equals to 1 over gamma. So it becomes n over n minus 1 gamma minus 1 over gamma, or T2 minus T1 minus T3 minus T4. So this is the equation for a polytropic process. From here you can see, if this polytropic index, if the polytropic process becomes isentropic process, then this n will be replaced by gamma. So this term n over n minus 1 will be cancelled out by this gamma minus 1. So the equation will remain same. Means for isentropic compression and expansion process, if n equals to gamma, so therefore COP reduced to C1 minus T1 minus T4 over T2 minus T3 minus T1 minus T4. It is the same as we calculated from the equation number 4, means COP in terms of temperatures only. So in a Brayton cycle, if we calculate the temperature, then we can easily calculate the COP of a air reference system, Bell-Coleman air reference system, or reverse Brayton Bell-Coleman system. Okay, thank you.